I had purchased a book on Ray Johnson, and I had posted on the social medias, and Kyle had seen that I had purchased this book, and he asked me if I was a fan of Ray Johnson, and then and I said, yeah, I am now after having this book. And then he said, well, we should do mail art. And the next thing you know, we started exchanging art in the mail together, and he proposed this show after the process, a year and a half of sending art through the postal system.
So, do you know how many pieces do you have?
In total?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No idea. There's a lot.
Yeah, I sent, because I documented every piece that I've sent him, and I sent over 120 pieces of mail. So
Yeah. I started losing track after a while because I would send multiple things. So I don't know, does that count?
Yeah.
Like, I guess,
Yeah.
because there's more than one thing in an envelope. Yeah, and the envelopes got bigger too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But it was all through, most of it was through the postal system. Of course, once we decided to do the show, we created pieces like this where we printed bigger format. And then Kyle would alter my image, which was over there, and I would alter Kyle's image. So these ones weren't sent through the mail, but everything else was sent through the mail.
yeah, they were all inspired by the previous work that we had been working on
Yeah,
through the postal system.
yeah.
Probably should mention too that like this was pretty much all done during like the height of COVID and like the lockdowns.
Yeah.
So I don't know how successful we would have been if there wasn't for the fact that you couldn't do anything other than send mail to your friends. And like, thank goodness that the postal service kept working. Like they were troopers. I mean,
Yeah.
they still delivered the mail,
Yeah.
pandemic or no pandemic. So my hat's off to all the posties. Thank you.
So you send each other like every second day, or how? Or every?
I was probably 3 or 4 times a week.
Yeah, Ricky was definitely more on it. I'd go through fits and spurts, sort of, and I was also working on like 2 shows that I had one in like this year and one the year before. So there's a lot that took up a lot of energy and time. But still trying to be faithful, and I'd work on things and I wouldn't necessarily send them right away. So I had quite a backlog that I had to send, and things got a little confused and shuffled in the drawer. So I was like, for the last few months, like leading up to this, like, oh no, I forgot to send this one. This stuff. But yeah, it was great though. It's a great exercise and experience.
Yeah, therapeutic.
Yeah.
Therapeutic. And we worked well together. There was no conflict. I mean, if he went over some of my work, I didn't feel bad, because it usually made it better.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like I remember like often saying to my partner, like, geez, I wonder what Ricky's gonna do with this one. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. So it worked out really good.
Yeah.
I'm happy it happened.
So you think? Do you have an idea how many pieces you have in the show?
Well, we probably should have counted because it was all like a lot of it was up, but we had all this stuff and we put it up and just for like 4 or 5 hours, and we had a pile left over, and he's like, we have to edit this and we can't get it all up. What should we do with it? I'm like, oh, we'll just put it back, like, put it away for now, and we'll see what happens. And then Ricky asked me, are we going to sell this stuff? I'm like, yeah, everything's got to go. I'm like, well, what are we going to do with this stuff? Like, who keeps what goes where? So we decided to have like a cash and carry policy. So everything's pretty reasonably priced. So people could buy it and just walk out with it.
Oh, okay.
And literally, like, we're just putting other stuff up as it goes. There's so much more to do, right?
It's good we had all this extra stuff that we didn't put up, because now we can fill in all the blanks when people. Yesterday was very busy and people were just taking stuff.
Yeah, it was literally flying off the walls.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great to
wonderful.
see. It's nice that I always like buying a piece of art, and it's great when you can get it for not a lot of money. And these are modest works. They're sort of tongue in cheek, and they're meant to like lighten the mood more or less. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you think you will do another?
We were talking about zines.
Maybe a
Okay.
zine show, yeah, and inviting more people.
Yeah, getting more people involved.
But we're definitely going to be working on some zines together.
Yeah.
We've been asked to actually make a book about this show, so we'll see what's left over when it's all
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Maybe do a zine for that as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you didn't document the whole.
We let it go.
You let it go. It's free. You know, I don't think everything needs to be, over documented and written about. Some things just need to exist,
Yeah.
and when they're gone, they're gone, right? Like a leaf blowing off a tree.
It's nice to think that someone would take something that we created and put it in a frame and put it in their living room, but I mean, maybe they'll just take it and have a good laugh and put it in a drawer, and
Who knows?
and then later go, oh, look at this, and have a good laugh. I mean,
Light their cigar with it.
yeah, start their fire with it. which is great.
Mm,